Welcome to Profit Tool Belt. Today we're going to talk about job site expectations. I actually just built this list with a client of mine who was kind of frustrated, to be honest. He was frustrated because his guys were doing whatever they wanted, and he felt like he didn't have control. He felt like he didn't know what to do next. He felt like he was at the end of his rope. Right now, by the way, it's a horrible time, really tough time finding new people for your crew. It's really tough, and it's also hard to find good people. So he's in a situation where he's got a crew. They're pretty good workers, but it's loose at the edges. He had a guy actually show up the other day late for work, and it's one of his most trusted guys. I guess the guy was went out the night before for a couple of bevies, had been texting with the boss. The boss said, listen, I still expect you in at the same time tomorrow when the crew starts. The guy showed up late. So my client, end of his rope. I mean, he was not happy. And so we said, okay, listen, we've done this before. We've got the values and the vision in place. This guy's broken what the values of the company are. But it's also a good opportunity for this owner now to go back and say, hey, these are the job site expectations we have. So I've got him up here on the other screen. He actually came up with 17 of them. Now, do you need 17? I don't know. Maybe you need 3. Maybe you need 1. Show up on time. But I think once you hear all these, you're going to get a sense of what the whole scope of them is. Now, these job site expectations are also going to show up in my upcoming book, which is called Construction Millionaire Secrets. So for those of you who've heard about the book, I've asked some of you already for endorsements. You've heard the advanced copy of the audio. You're going to recognize these because this exercise is actually pretty fresh. The book just got finished the other day. This was an exercise in there, and so I'm sharing it with you now. So watch for that book when it comes out. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you get a chance to read it or listen to the audio. All right, so here's the job site expectations for Fred Flintstone. Fred Flintstone Contracting. Of course, it's not Fred Flintstone, but I don't share client names. It's not my place to do that. Confidentiality is a big part of what I do as a business coach, and I take it very, very seriously. And so I'm not going to share the guy's name. It's not my business to do so. You don't need to know it for your life to be better. But let's talk about what he and I went through for this to get built, and then it made it into the book as one of the Construction Millionaire Secrets. Giving away the secrets right here. All right, so Fred Flintstone, contracting, job site expectations. Number one, getting to work on time. 7:15 for a 7:30 start is 100% your responsibility. So remember, this has already been printed by my client as a poster, and he's putting it up at the job site, and he's giving it to everybody in their trucks. It's going in their payment packages, it's going in their employment agreements. Getting to work on time, 7:15 for a 7:30 start is 100% your responsibility. You got to lay it on the line. You got to tell your people, it is what it is. This is when I need you at work. Okay, let's go to number 2. Get to our job site by 7:15 a.m. Our team is ready to start as soon as the whistle goes. So you're telling people, you're laying it out there right now saying, this is how it works on my crew. Now, I want to mention something. The way my client's been using this is as soon as he hires a new guy, he asks them for their email address. And he emails this list to them right away on day 1 of their hire. And he says, read this. We're going to talk about it tomorrow. And then on the second day, the foreman, or him, I guess, either of the two of them, talks to the guy about it. Now, if the new crew member hasn't read this, guess what? What does he do? Does he say, oh, it's okay, you got another day to do it? No, this was actually something that I had to go back and reinforce with him. If you give this to somebody as an assignment, let's say you hire me, and then you say to me, Dom, I want you to read this tonight, and tomorrow we're going to talk about it. I say yes. You get my email address. I get the email. You see that I get the email. The next day comes, and now you or the foreman says, hey, Dom, did you read it? Tell me what you thought about rule number 2. And I go, yeah, I didn't read it. Sorry. What do I do now? What do I do now? In my mind, in your mind, I just quit. You don't have to fire me. I just quit. I didn't live up to the expectations that you really clearly set out. And what you have to do now is you have to let that guy go. I know it's a tough labor market. I know some of you are screaming, biting your nails right now. You're just, Urbino, you don't understand. It's so hard to get guys. I get it. I totally get it. But you can't have lousy guys either, because all they're going to do is bring the rest of the team down. You stand for something. You're a proud craftsman. You built this business literally on your back. Your family went without having you there for dinner, missing kids' games, being late for your spouse, all of those things. And now this guy's going to show up and say, hey, I couldn't bother to read it. You can't keep that guy on the team. fired. And what happens is everybody else sees that you do that, and guess what? They sit up a little bit straighter because it means something to be on your team. You're a proud craftsman. You're a good guy. You're a good woman. You do what you say you're going to do. You stand by your word, and you expect your crew to do the same. And if they don't, see ya. Anyways, let's get to number 3. You can see I get a little riled up on this stuff, huh? Number 3. Here's Fred Flintstone, contracting site, job expectations. Number 3, report to the foreman and get your tools and PPE, personal protective equipment. So report to the foreman, get your tools and PPE ready for the day. We work safely. So we're telling everybody, hey, listen, we work safely. So when you get to the job site, report to the foreman, tell him you're here. So it's no good to get to the job site and stay in your truck. It's no good to take the bus to the job site and stay downstairs having a smoke. Get to the job site, report to the foreman so the foreman knows you're there. The foreman's got a job too. He or she's got to manage everybody and know who's who in the zoo and who's working. Okay? Number 4, work starts exactly at 7:30. We take time seriously. I don't know that I need to explain that anymore. The statement is, work starts at exactly 7:30. We take time seriously. It's just the rule. That's all it is. But now that I've laid it down, once it's in print and once I enforce it, once I make it part of the culture, once everybody knows it, once the foreman is comfortable saying, hey, the boss said this is the rule, then everybody knows to follow the rule. If they don't follow the rule, they don't get to be on your team. It's a privilege to be on your team. It is a privilege to be on your team, and if they can't cut it, they can't cut it on your team. Okay? Number 5, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we have a tailgate meeting that starts immediately at 7:30 at the muster station. We work safely and we get along as a team. So there's quite a bit in that sentence, but it's a very important one. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we have a tailgate meeting. You variously call it different things. Everybody calls it something different. But we have a tailgate meeting that starts immediately at 7:30 at the muster station. I don't care where you hold it, but have it at a place that the foreman always holds it. We work safely and we get along as a team. So I'm reminding everybody, hey, we're here to work safely. And at that meeting, we're not there to bash each other. We get along as a team. Number 6, complete the work as discussed with your foreman. So you have to go back and talk to the foreman. You have to do the work the foreman gave you. Before you report work completed to your foreman, ask yourself, am I proud of the work I've done? How much would having that little rule in place have changed the way your company operates for the last 2, 3, 5, 20, 25 years? If the simple fact that your expectation was that any work done by your crew, they were proud of. So let me read it to you again. I think this one's a big one. Here it is. This is number 7. I'm repeating it, right? Before you report work completed to the foreman, ask yourself, am I proud of the work I've done? It goes hand in hand with the next one. Number 8, if not, fix it. We are proud craftsmen. Remember talking to a guy, his job is family business, actually. His family business was they fixed heavy equipment, but tractors, farm equipment, combines, things like that. And so he grew up in the mechanic shop, in the diesel mechanic shop of fixing tractors and heavy equipment in a farm community. And he was the son of the owner. And of course, that gave him a little bit more heat than most people would get. But I guess he put a tractor up on the hoist to do some work on it and didn't put the stays under it properly, and the tractor fell. His dad walked up to him and said, punch out, fix it, then punch in again. So the dad set the very clear rule that you screwed up and the company's not paying for it just because you're my son. Punch out, fix it, and then punch in again because he made a dumb mistake, right? So we have to have an understanding on our team that before you say work is completed, ask if you're proud of it. And if it's not, go fix it. We are proud craftsmen. You got to send a guy back to do it anyways. He might as well take the responsibility to do it right the first time. All right. Then number 9 is report completed work to the foreman and get your next assignment. So what that means is don't say, oh, I did this. I already framed up that outside wall. I'm going to take a break. I'm just going to have a quick smoke. No. We're here to work. Report work completed and get your next assignment from the foreman, right? Coffee break. This next rule is coffee break is from 10 to 10:15. Lunch break is from 12 to 1. Afternoon coffee break is from 2 to 2:15. At 4:45, stop work. So just really here reiterating what our expectations are about time at work and being at work. So if the guys have to take an elevator back or crane lift to get into the job site, or if they have to take stairs up, or if they have to walk across the job site from the lunch trailer, whatever it is, Listen, break time is over at 10:15, so you better be moving by 10:15. We are done work at 4:45, but wait, there's more because we have to clean up the site, right? So you want to be really clear and set very clear expectations with people that it is only when the whistle goes or when the bell goes that we stop working. I remember working on a construction crew with a bunch of really great guys, a bunch of they were from Uruguay, and they were German immigrants from German immigrants who had moved to Germany and then moved back up here, and they had just such a great work ethic. But I'll tell you what, as soon as we used a whistle on the job site because it was a outside framing crew, we did 3-story walk-ups in multifamily places. The foreman would blow the whistle, and these guys in the middle of a hammer swing would just throw off their suspenders, drop their gear. They were done. But they worked until that whistle went. They didn't mess around. And the reason that they worked that hard is because my uncle, who was one of the owners, and the other guy who was also part of the Mennonite crew, they were absolutely crystal clear on what the expectations were to be on that team. As a matter of fact, my uncle told me to never tell anybody, while I was working there. I'm not breaking confidence now. He told me to never tell anybody I was his nephew. He said, you're never going to you're never going to get past it. Don't tell him you're my nephew. We don't look the same anyways. I have hair. Anyways, here's number 14. Coil the hoses, cords, and cables neatly. Bring them to the job site trailer for secure overnight storage. Next, gather company tools. Bring them to the job site trailer for secure overnight storage. Inspect your PPE for safety. We all want to go home safely. So at the end of every day, we inspect our PPE, and at the beginning of the day, we inspect our PPE, our personal protective equipment, right? So our vests, our boots, our hard hats, our helmets, our gloves, our masks, whatever we're using pertaining to your job, right? And then number 17, gather your personal tools and meet the foreman at the muster station. So we're all bringing the tools back to the muster station. Everybody's there. Everybody's in front of the foreman, and the foreman dismisses you. You don't just walk off the job. Now, the reason that we have this is because we need to have this. We need to be crystal clear as to what the rules are for being on our team. The reason that the rule book exists for golf, for basketball, for soccer, for football, for hockey, for anything else, is because we play within the rules. And if we don't set the rules ourselves as the business owner, well, then people do whatever they want. And that might not be what you want. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed these rules for the Fred Flintstone contracting job site expectations. This is actually one of the things that I share in the book that's coming up. It's called Construction Millionaire Secrets. I hope you get a chance to check it out. Thanks for checking in, and we will talk to you soon.